Namaste, beautiful yogis, and welcome to a Vinyasa level 2 class. We are practicing again in the mountains, and it was a beautiful day the day we shot this class, so you can see the clouds and the sky. It's just a gorgeous day. I'll dedicate today's class on something we've been already working on continuously, and it's the subject of self-respect and self-love. You can come to the front of your mat, open the palms of your hands forward, able and willing and ready to receive. That is a sign of you being open to receive. Standing tall, feet grounded into your mat, yet feel a lift, as if you're not sinking heavy, but you're grounded and steady, yet there is lightness to your stance. Feel lightness in your stance. Feel uplifted, lifted to the crown of your head. Feel your chest open. And I will read a few quotes and then we'll contemplate them and then we'll begin the practice. I have no right by anything I do or say to demean a human being in his own eyes. What matters is not what I think of him, it is what he thinks of himself. To undermine a man's self-respect is a sin. When you're content to be simply yourself and don't compare or compete, everybody will respect you. Lao Tzu. And allow this to sink in, allow this to be part of your contemplation today, because self-respect and self-love, they go hand in hand, and they are the foundation from which we begin to build not just who we are, but the people around us, and the foundation from which we can expand and begin to build into the world or serve into the world. We need this little detail in order to work on greater, bigger causes than our own selves. And the point I want to make today is that self-respect and self-love have nothing to do with being conceited or being too much into oneself. It is the most basic thing we need to logically understand and intuitively and spiritually accept in order to let that aside, to let it go and move on with deeper things. Once we have enough love and respect for ourselves, then we automatically will receive that from others, and we will not tolerate anything else. Not because we are some special princesses and kings and so forth, but because this is big for me, because every being, not just sentient being, every being, and especially every sentient being, deserves respect. Most of us will agree that we should treat every being with respect. You should be respectful to the ant, to your dog. You should be respectful to a horse. And all sentient beings can suffer. We can inflict suffering upon a sentient being. So, and all sentient beings, that is arguable, but I'm going to share my belief, is all sentient beings have a soul. So we have to respect the divinity within the being, the divine soul within the being. And you're no different than every other sentient being. So logically, you deserve the utmost, most deepest, most profound respect from your own self, from your own ego, and from everybody around you. So demanding or expecting respect is not needy, and it is not selfish. It is not conceited, and it is not an attachment to outcome. It's just a simple thing. It's just a simply understanding the nature of all beings and the nature of our souls. And from this point on, we'll continue the class, but let this be within, stay with you, because a lot of people need to understand that they are worthy of love, worthy of respect, they're worthy of self-love, and they're worthy of self-respect. And there is no arguing about this. There is no if, but what if, or any of that. No, you are worthy of it. You have to contemplate it until you embody it, because it is one of the deepest truths that needs to be realized and embodied before you can truly serve everybody else and serve the world. Beginning to cultivate Ujjayi breath, feel your tailbone extending down, creating a connection with your core. Feel your chest open and feel the lift to the crown of your head, dedicating this practice to always treating everybody with the utmost respect, humility, and giving every being the dignity and the respect they deserve. That will ultimately be a mirror, be a reflection of how you treat your own self, and it is a two-way street. A little deeper breaths. Feel your breath becoming more free, less obstruction, more freedom in the breath. As if your throat is becoming more clear and your heart is becoming lighter. Your emotions are lighter. Let's bring the hands behind us, clasping. Free the shoulders and look up, lifting the chest up towards the sky. And bending forward, still clasping. With the hands bending forward and shaking your head left and right. Keep your knees slightly bent in this forward bend. Great. Chest parallel to the floor and open the right shoulder up towards the ceiling. Lengthen through the crown of the head, straight back. Back to center and open to the opposite side. Softening the shoulders. Back to center, and pressing the hands away from you, still shaking your head, removing tension, relieving tension in the neck. You can wrap your wrist around your elbows and let your arms hang heavy. Let your upper body hang heavy. Slowly roll up to standing like a rag doll. Inhale, lift your arms over your head, look up. Vibrant. Clasping the hands and reaching over to one side. Side bend. Feel the length on both sides of your body. Really lengthen. Opposite side. Really lengthen. Grounding through both feet. Back to center. Lift. Exhale, forward bend. Hands on the ground, plank. Press the heels away from you, pull the belly in, reinforcing that connection with your core. Slowly lower down, Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Back to Chaturanga. Exhale, downward facing dog. The wrists are lifting away from the hands, lightness in the wrists, tailbone lifting up, and feel your heels pressing down towards the ground, stretching your calves, ankles, hamstrings, glutes. Inhale the right leg up. Lengthening through the heel, keep your hips square and bring your leg across from your body over to your left, allowing your hips, IT band, to stretch. Keep your hips square. And now we're going to open the right leg over to the right using the hip strength. Come into plank and press your leg forward and back. Come into plank and bring your foot forward and back. Keep your leg straight if you can. You can bend the knee if you need to modify. 3, 4, 5, plank with pressing the leg ahead of you forward. 6, 7. And from here we are going to cross the right foot behind the left, walk the hands to the back of the mat and grab your ankles if you can, forward bend here. Great, walk your hands to the front and take the left leg up, flex the foot, press the heel away from you, bring the foot across from your body towards the right. So a small move, keeping the hips square. Spread the fingers wide open, lift the tailbone. And open the left leg over to the left, coming into plank, reaching in front of you and back. 2, 3, we're going for 5 reps. I give 1 extra usually as a demonstration. And 5. Press all the way back. Bring your left foot behind your right, crossing your feet. Walk your hands to the back of the room, to your feet, forward bend. Breathe into your hips and hamstrings here. Relax your jaw and relax your gaze, coming back to your smile, yogic smile. Breathe into the back of your legs here. And let's walk the hands to the front of the mat. Take plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Keep your belly firm so that you're protecting the lower back, and back to chaturanga. Exhale, downward facing dog. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Keep your ears between your triceps, between your arms. Keep your back wide. Inhale the right leg up, square the hips. Step your foot between your hands and come up high lunge, pressing the back heel away from you. Lifting and lengthening. Exhale, the hands behind you clasping, and look up. Open the chest. Slowly begin to lower down, humble warrior, lowering the head towards your foot, towards your ankle. Keep pressing the left side heel away from you. And come back up, high lunge, reaching over the head. Let's bring the hands on the hips and we're going to step in 10 times, bringing the left foot next to the right. 3, 4, 5. Keep the right knee bent and the right knee over the ankle. 7, 8, 9, 10. And you can lower the knee down, left knee on the floor, and stretch further back in crescent. Hands on the floor, plank. Bring your right knee into your chest and hold. Hold here, keep your knee high into your chest, pull the belly in. And let's take a one-legged plank, one-legged chaturanga with a little bit of a back bend, lifting the right leg, and upward facing dog, chaturanga, downward facing dog. You don't have to keep a steady downward facing dog. You can keep moving in your down dog. You can keep walking in place. You can feel the pose. And drawing the navel in. Reinforcing Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale the left leg up, keep the hips square. Flex your foot and step your left foot between your hands, high lunge. Extending the tailbone down, sink a little deeper in your lunge. Exhale your hands behind you, clasping and walking your hands down the right leg so that you can open the chest. Slowly begin to lower down Humble Warrior, forehead towards the ankle, pressing the hands away from your back. Slowly come back up and reach over your head, lowering the knee down, right knee down, crescent lunge. And let's come back up to high lunge. Hands on the hips, then step-ins. Keep the left knee bent so that the muscles are engaged the entire time, and continue stepping in and stepping back, very steady. Feel the power in your legs, the strength and stability in your legs. Challenge yourself. Stepping back into high lunge. Exhale the hands on the floor. Step into plank. Left knee into the chest. Pull the knee as high as you can and really draw the belly in. Make this count. Press the back heel away from you. Hold breath. And take a one-legged down dog, one-legged plank, one-legged chaturanga with a leg lift. Upward facing dog. Free the shoulders, free the back of your neck. Chaturanga. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Step the right foot between the hands. Warrior one, come up. Pressing the back heel down. Left foot slightly in. Hips trying to face forward. Exhale the hands behind you, clasping, open the chest, look up. Lower down Humble Warrior, now with the Warrior one foot alignment. Deepen the stretch in your shoulders slightly. Do not force this move. Breathe, listen to your body, be gentle, but do stretch. Keep pressing into the back heel. Slowly come back up. And here we'll do a variation of side angle. Hands are still clasping behind, side angle. Straightening both legs. Triangle with the hands still clasping behind you if you can. Stability in the legs. Great. From here, transition slowly to still hands clasping behind you. Half moon pose. And try to stack the hips on top of each other. Do your best here. Keep your hands clasping, shoulders on top of each other. All of you know this already. And release the hands on the floor. Grab your big toe, left big toe with your left hand and open the foot out to the side. Left foot out to the side, possibly parallel to the floor. Try to keep the right hip over the right ankle, but this will take work. And hands on the floor, step it all the way back to low lunge, left knee on the floor. Reach over your head with your hands and open the chest here, mild back bend. Let's bring the forearms or the hands on the inside of the right foot. Keep your knee into your shoulder and breathe into your quadriceps here. And coming back up, right knee into the right elbow, right tricep, squeeze the knee in. Abs working, pressing the back heel away from you. 1 or 2 more breaths in here. And from here, look ahead of you and step your foot in front of your hand, basically wrapping your foot and your knee around your triceps. Arm balance and press it back, downward facing dog. And let's take the left leg up, step the left foot between the hands and come up, warrior 1. Squaring the hips forward. Keep the right heel down. Exhale, the hands behind you clasping. Open the chest, look up. Walk the hands down the right leg. Begin to lower it down, humble warrior. And slowly coming out of this, side angle, keep the clasp. Hands still clasping. Taking side angle, using your core. Straighten the legs, again using your core, tuck the tailbone under so that your abs are holding you here. Triangle pose, lifting the kneecaps. Make sure not to lock your knees here. And slowly transitioning to half moon pose, again clasping. Do your best to balance. If you fall, come back to it. And release. Hands on the ground. Grab your big toe with your right hand. Right big toe, open the leg out to the side, leg parallel to the floor. And bring your leg behind you, step all the way back and lower your knee. Lunge, crescent lunge. Reach with your hands over your head and go into a back bend. Tucking the tailbone under as you go into a back extension. And let's lower the forearms on the ground. Stretching the quadriceps here, tuck the tailbone under. Great. From here, walk your left foot in front of your hand and go into an arm balance. This is a new-ish arm balance for us. So maybe pause and practice for a bit. And coming out of this, now we're going to hold the knee next to the triceps as high on the triceps as we can, pull the belly in. Great. Press it all the way back into down dog. Step it down. And come back to your breath. Downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Step the right foot between the hands. Come up, warrior one. Sink a little deeper in your warrior. And let's open into warrior two. Opening the left hip here. Externally rotating the hip. Taking a little wider stance, sinking a little deeper in the stance, and make sure that your right knee is facing directly forward. Walk the left hand down the left leg, reversing the warrior here and lengthening the torso. This pose should feel like pure joy for your body. Your organs should be totally enjoying this. We need this. Decompressing and coming back to warrior two. Let's lower the right hand next to the right foot, side angle, and let's reach ahead of us. Really lengthening the top side of the body here. Exhale, both hands on the floor. Let's bring the right shoulder underneath the right knee, holding here. Lower the back knee, optional, down on the ground. You can hold here or move into side monkey. So coming up, grabbing your right foot with your left hand, and ultimately you will reach over your head, straighten the leg. Into an arm balance. And jump back, chaturanga, upward facing dog. And back to chaturanga, plank, downward facing dog. Take the left leg up. Step the left foot between the hands. Drop the back heel down, come up. Warrior one. Open into warrior two. Sinking deeper into your warrior and lifting the arches of your feet. Let's walk the right hand down the right leg, lengthen the sides of the torso, and breathe in this pose. Enjoy it. Feel it. Be joyous in the process of doing yoga. Side angle, bring the left hand on the ground and reach over your head. So enjoy every second of this, of your yoga practice, of your classes. Just soak in the moves and the moment, and be glad to be in exactly this moment, moving and enjoying, and your body enjoying the process, because yoga is pleasure for the body. It is one of the pleasures in the world. Lower down onto your forearms, knee on the ground, stretching the quadriceps, hip flexors. And prepare for an arm balance here, going into side monkey, plank, grabbing the left foot with the right hand and straightening here. Letting go, arm balance. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Chaturanga, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Step the right foot between the hands and come up, high lunge. Keep pressing the back heel away from you and notice the clouds. Wow. Slowly standing onto your right leg, coming to the front of your mat. Bring the left ankle over your right knee and sit back. Chair will bring the hands in prayer and will bring the left elbow on the outside or in the sole of the left foot. Either stay here, feel free to stay in this level of this pose, or you can go into an arm balance again, keeping the left foot high onto the triceps. And coming back into one-legged chair. Here you can cradle your leg into your arms and come up to standing, holding the left foot into the right inner elbow, opening the hip here. And release. Let's go into warrior three. Bring the left leg behind you, parallel to the floor. Bring your hands around your calf and see if you can hold a standing splits without bringing the hands on the floor. Very challenging, so give it a go. Breathe. Focus on your drishti point. Release your hands on the ground if you haven't done that yet, and jump back. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Chaturanga, downward facing dog. Come back to your breath. Take the left leg up, step the left foot between the hands, and come up. High lunge. Continue taking nice deep inhalations and slow exhalations. And let's come to the front of the mat. Bring your right ankle above your left knee and sit back in a modified chair pose with a hip opener. Let's bring the hands in prayer and let's bring the right elbow into the right sole of the foot. You can stay here or you can extend one hand down, one arm reaching up, and again stay here, or you can bring your foot high onto your triceps and transition into an arm balance and back into a chair. Great. From here, cradle your foot and your leg into your arms and come up. Another hip opener. And transition back into warrior three. Level the hips with the ground. And walk your hands down your calves. See if you can do a standing half splits here without touching the floor, or for how long before your hands have to touch the floor. Release the hands on the floor, jump back into Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Those were the cutest dogs, and I don't remember what he said, but it was so funny that I lost it. And again, blooper. I don't remember what he said. I think it was the name of the dog or something. Was so funny that I just lost it. And back to upward facing dog. I'm gonna leave this in again so that maybe it will make you laugh also. Sit back in child's pose. You deserve a child's pose. We were moving quite a bit up until this point. Allowing yourself to just let go in child's pose. Great. Coming up onto your knees, walk your hands on to your lower back and go into camel pose. Hips over the knees, chest lifting up. Lower back lifting away from your fingertips. Try to have your fingertips pointing up if possible. Elbows walking towards each other. Great. Gently come out of this. Watch out for dizziness. And now you can lower your chest down towards the ground, hips over the knees. And back into down dog. Let's open the right hip on top of the left. And prepare yourself for pigeon. Right leg in front of you. Lower down. Pigeon pose. Breathe into your hip. Come back to observing your breath and observing your intention for this class. Not rationalizing your intention, not forcing it. Just observing it. Oh goodness. We had a happy dog run right by me. Breathe into your hip, allowing yourself to realize your potential and your greatness and your worth. Not because you are better than anybody else, but because we are all so valuable. Recognizing your divinity. And I'm not attaching divinity to any religion in particular. Everybody can believe in whatever they believe in. Of course, it is about the value of your soul, of your essence, the depth we all have. And here I'm deepening the pose a little bit. That is optional. You can bring your left shoulder, back of the shoulder somewhat on the ground and deepen the stretch. Excellent. Coming out of pigeon, open the chest. And let's bring the back leg back and around for double pigeon. Now here I'm stacking my ankles on top, my left ankle basically over the right knee and the left knee over the right ankle. The shin bones are above each other, stacking. If your knee is in the air, left knee is somewhere in the air, don't worry about it. Don't push it down, of course. Just let it sit in the air and breathe into your hip. This pose can feel intense. Stay in the zone where it is a nice stretch. Still a stretch, but there has to be something pleasant about it. You have to enjoy it. Great. And from here, I'm deepening this, but it is optional. You can bring your left elbow into your left foot for a twist. Great. Coming out of this, we can go into a twist, bringing the right elbow on the outside of the left knee in a seated twist pose. Half Lord of the Fishes pose. Relax your shoulders. Great. And we're going to change sides, walking, so that you can take the same pose over to the opposite side, or you can just in a less involved way, you can change sides and go for half Lord of the Fishes on the opposite side. Right knee up, left knee on the ground. Left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Again, enjoying the pose, enjoying the ability that your body has to twist like this, and enjoying this moment. Great. Half double pigeon. On the opposite side, now your right shin bone is on top. And the reason why I'm bringing up the enjoyment here is because this pose can be pretty difficult for some of you. And someone said something interesting a while back to me, that he cannot teach yoga because he's not enjoying his own practice, and struggling through his own practice will only allow him to teach struggle. So in order for us to be able to, and going for a twist here, right elbow on the inside of the right foot, that is optional. So basically I'm trying to really give you things that I enjoy, so that in some way we're all enjoying what we're doing. Pigeon pose, left knee on the ground, make sure that your hips are aligned. And come back to that place where even if this pose is challenging for you, you are enjoying the moment and enjoying your body's capacity to stretch, because a lot of that enjoyment will come from the ability to let go of tension. And also, obviously, you have to stay at the level at which you are feeling a pleasant stretch. So do not compare yourself to anybody you've seen stretching, to me, or to anything that you think you should be doing. Make sure that your pose feels right for you. And granted, there are going to be some poses that are more pleasant and some that are less pleasant, but overall we are enjoying our practice, and I really want that for you, because this will bring you back to your practice and will give you way more than just a physical practice. It will give you comfort in your body, which obviously goes beyond the body. Learning to guide your breath into the areas of your body where there is trauma, where there is lack of circulation, lack of energy flow. Bringing air in there, bringing breath in there, bringing attention in there, flow. Because your mind is more powerful than any other tool you could be trying to use to heal your body. It will start with your mind and with the attitude of kindness towards yourself and everything else. Great, from here let's bring the right shoulder on the floor for a twist. Of course, again optional, all of those can be very intense and they may be okay for you on one day and maybe another day you can just stay in pigeon and skip this and just listen to your body. Great. Coming out of this, downward facing dog. You can open the hip if you need to, left over the right. You can circle the right leg too. Bring the knees on the ground. Child's pose. Inhale the joy into your body, the calmness, the peace, the safety of a child on the earth. Cradled in the earth. Coming out of this, standing on your knees. Let's bring the hands onto the lower back, open the chest up. Camel pose. Slowly coming out of camel. Hands on the ground into all fours. Lift your right leg and reach back with your left hand. Grab your foot in a back bend here. You can press your ankle away from you to open the shoulder. Great. Now changing sides. You can grab your right foot with the right hand and turn the elbow away from you here. Keep the elbow close to your head and bring your foot in. Maybe touching the foot to the head, maybe not. Changing sides, let's lift the left leg up, right hand. Press the foot away from you and feel how this opens your chest and shoulder. Don't force it, just apply gentle pressure, gentle stretch. And now changing hands, arms. See if you can grab your foot with your left hand and bring it in. And release. And let's sit down. Come into a seated, extend the legs in front of you, reach over your head and exhale, forward bend. Breathe into your forward bend, into the back of your legs. Inhale, coming up. And coming to both pose, we're going to go for bicycles, elevated bicycles, opposite elbow to knee. Feel free to touch the floor with one foot at a time if you have to. Keep the lower back curve here. Now lower down into lower Navasana, lower boat. Press your lower back into the floor and hold here. Let's bring the right leg over the chest. Press the palms of your hands together on the outside of the right leg. Center, left. Twist and reach. Center. And let's bring the right knee into the chest, left knee into the chest, extending the legs in between. Pull the belly in, press actually the belly in, right and left, right, left. You can touch your toes or your heel here, right and left. Keep pressing the lower back into the floor, right, left. Reach over your head. right knee into the chest, hug the knee in, and release the other leg down on the ground, supine twist. Look over to your right, bring the knee to your left. Changing sides, left leg over to the right, look over to your left for a nice twist. And coming out of this, we're going to touch the toes 10 times, extending the legs up and reaching up towards your legs. Pulling the belly in, really contracting here, drawing the navel in. Great. Hands behind your head, and you're going to lower the legs down and lift back up 10 times. Again, keeping the lower back down, pressing down into your mat. You don't have to go fast here. As a matter of fact, try to slow down this move. Try to linger in the areas where your legs want to just pass through as quick as they can. That's where your abs are weak. And yes, even abs should feel joyous and pleasurable. And you can open your legs out and reach ahead of you. Let's bring the hands over to the right foot and to the left foot. And now you can lay down and bring your knees into your chest. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. You can rock here side to side. Allowing yourself to unwind. Great. Releasing the legs, bridge pose. Aligning the feet hip width apart. Toes pointing directly forward. Either stay in bridge or you can go into wheel pose. And you can even straighten your legs here and open the chest towards the front of your room. Slowly coming out of this, lower down onto your back, bring the soles of the feet together and bring your hands over your belly, or you can bring your hands over your heart and over your lower belly. Whenever you're ready, you can make yourself comfortable for Shavasana. Straighten the legs, let the feet drop to the sides so that you're not holding your legs here and you're not holding your feet. Let your hands be relaxed and let your shoulders drop. Let the tongue relax off the palate. Let the eyes soften. Let the heart soften. Stay in your heart for the next few moments. Out of the head and into the heart. No thinking, just being and experiencing the moment. Stay in the gut and in the heart. Forget analysis, forget petty fears or petty thoughts or worries or any type of doubt or any type of overthinking and thinking. Let it all go for a moment. Just allow it to be somewhere in the background and just pay attention. Listen to your heart. Come back to your heart. Listen to your physical heart. Listen to your heartbeat. And then tune into your energy heart. And stay there for the next few moments. Stay there. Namaste.